to another Mahalo Halo Las Vegas and then some. It's your girl, Toni Rose, with my sister.
With big love all the way from the 702 and keeping it live in the 725. MC Lepa, Leps, and Toni Rose. We're just bringing you the best here at Mahalo Halo and then some.
That's right, guys.
Yes,
we are
girl.
back in the studio. I mean, we are always back.
Of course.
But today is a double blessing because
Yes.
back to back we had some movers and shakers.
That's right.
And then for this segment or
Yes.
this episode, we are going to introduce to you a amazing mover.
Yes.
A professional mover.
That's right.
His name is Toni Yee. Welcome him to the
Yes.
I'm not a break dancer, y'all, but
That's okay.
I'm representing 87 movers today.
That's right.
Yes.
87 Movers, which is a beautiful company that you started here in Las Vegas, correct?
Yep, we're homegrown. Myself and my fiance.
Awesome.
Born in 87. And
Okay.
it's also our office hours. You don't get confused by the 24/7 movers.
Okay.
And we're so homegrown that we met over in Nevada, Reno. You know, that's why we're wearing blue and silver to represent the Wolfpack.
Hey,
All
he's just
right.
representing all
Nevada
day.
to the heart, to the core. All right. Yes, I love it. I'm so excited to talk about what you're doing here, how everything got started. I mean, just tell us more about like how you, like you said, you got started and what brings you here, of course, because you said Reno, so you're here in Vegas. So what happened?
Well, I didn't go to school to become a mover, so that's
okay.
so it was one of those off track things. And to be honest, college was not something I probably should have done. But if I didn't, I also wouldn't have met Kathy, and she's the most important 87 mover because, you know, shout out to my fiance. You know,
Yes.
That's right.
she's the most important one. She does 90% of the payroll. She's scheduling us.
Right.
She's keeping me honest. You know, and we were gonna get wed actually back in 2020. So
Oh,
I
2020.
put a ring on her, and we still ain't married. So I put a bigger ring on her.
Oh, wow. I love that.
Way to
Yeah.
go, Toni.
Yeah.
Good
so-
for
He
you.
said put a bigger ring on her.
Right. If you can't lock it in the first time, 2020 ain't gonna get in the way. You're gonna put a ring and then another
Love
ring.
that.
Make sure you get that bling.
All right. I love it. I love it. You are so funny. You
Oh,
are so funny.
today only.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, we're excited for you because it is your second year, full year. Is it third?
Oh, actually, this is our fifth summer, but
Fifth
yeah,
summer.
because we started in January 22nd of 2020, and
Okay.
back in December 12th of 2019 at 4 p.m. it was just a thought.
Nice.
Wow.
And then the next minute
There
it
it
was
is.
it was an action, and so that's what had happened. I've quit my second job because I worked over in a restaurant since I had worked over at a warehouse before, and after I got fired from that. I'll tell you that story later when you visit our Instagram page. But we're here to focus on the positive, where we move forward from losing a job, but instead of being held down, I was always looking forward to the future, and I still am right now, because every day is a freaking blessing.
Right. Amen. Amen. I believe that.
And I'm grateful and blessed for every single good person that we meet, including the ladies over here, you Epileps, and
Hey.
you, Toni.
Yeah.
I appreciate all the love that y'all have given me and my business.
Of course.
All the people that you've put forward
Absolutely.
to us, and all the people that we met in order to go and meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. I love that.
Well, Toni has been a very pivotal part also because as a realtor, I use his services. His guys are amazing because they're one, professional, two, take care of your stuff. They do everything properly. And, when you think of movers, you think of just people putting stuff in a truck and
Right.
hauling it away, and you probably won't see half of the stuff, right?
And when you
I mean,
do
if
see
you
it,
do, it's probably all
and when you do,
broken.
it's broken.
crap,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Exactly. So I've visited some of the days that you guys have a moving day, and these guys are professional at best. I mean, they make sure they have the proper tools to wrap whatever's fragile or what needs to be wrapped, and then the furniture as well. Sometimes movers just move couches just for the heck of it. No, they wrap it before they actually put it in the truck, and everything is Tetrazized.
I love
if that's
that.
the word, right? So tell us about
Absolutely.
your technique and what sets you apart from all the other, I guess, moving companies, because you are on fire and you and your guys are amazing. So talk about what your specialty is.
Right. So the technical abilities are done because of my guy Caleb. So shout out to Caleb, who's been with me for 4 years.
What's that, Caleb?
Yeah, we celebrated where he's been with us from the very, very start.
Come on.
Yeah, so I appreciate him. He's like a brother to me. He's also born in '87. So
Well, there you go.
and he's lived more lives than myself and Kathy, and so because he's coming from a blue collar background and we come from white collar backgrounds,
Okay.
that's why he's able to hold it down for us, and he's able to teach the guys. And I'm a pretty good mover. I can Tetris pretty well, but these guys, they have to be above a 6 in order for me to not have to be on their case anymore, because
Right.
you want to hire people that are better than you are.
Absolutely.
And if they're not, you got to train them to be better than you are.
Yes.
And unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand that they want the boss to be better, and that's not the way it is.
No.
Right.
So this way, what I can focus on instead of the technique is I can focus on education and entertainment, which is why we're so big about Instagram. In fact, that's the next strategic plan.
Right.
You're actually looking at the next biggest mover on social media in Nevada.
All right.
Yeah, the number 2 doesn't even hold a candle to us, because I looked and I was like, okay, well, the next person doesn't even have 1,000 eyeballs, and we just hit 88,000 last month, and that's a true blessing.
Congratulations.
You were so consistent with that, and a lot of it is just the creative part, but it's also throughout the day. It's not like you're taking away from your moving day. It's like it's a part of your reality, right? So it's fun. You guys are having a good time, but also making sure that your client's stuff is safe and secure. So, what is the biggest move you guys have done?
5 days, 7 guys, 2 trucks.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was a massive job. It was all back to back to back.
Wow.
And after that, we had 2 more days with the customer's mom, because they're moving in with the mom. And that's actually a trend we've been seeing is people, whether they are middle class or people, whether they're in Askaya, they're moving in back with their parents.
Right.
Did you notice that too as well, Toni?
Well, there's a lot of generations that are cohabitating as far as trying to make it.
Yeah.
Right. And that's one thing that's already happening in Asia anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're just celebrating it. But I saw some interesting facts and stats that we actually have the most kids that are moving back in with their parents, or parents moving in with their kids since the Great Depression.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. I believe that. And I've seen it, as a realtor here. It's like, well, a lot of the kids are taking in their parents. One, the baby boomers are getting older,
Right.
and of course we're caring more for our parents and our elders. So, and I think it goes both ways, where the kids are also like, hey, it's getting tough out here because, things are getting a little harder as far as job sustainability and or AI is taking over. So they opt to go back to mom and dad, which is okay.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
okay.
Everybody's surviving.
But at the same time, at least that provides you more business, though, because you're noticing that as well. But yeah, that's a big move right there that you guys just did.
5 days.
Congratulations! I mean,
Yep,
my
2
goodness.
households combined into one, and these people are blessed with so many cool things. So we did the packing, and we also did the loading and unloading, and also to do like 6 beds, and one of the beds took about an hour to make.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because that's a responsibility. We got to make sure there's a place for you to sleep and a place for you to eat, and that's probably where when you do hire a mover, you got to ask, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that all my things are taken care of. I'm gonna have a place to sleep, right? If the answer is no, you got to look somewhere else.
Right.
That's probably not a professional mover.
Right. And when you talk about professionally moving, like you guys, like you said, you guys do the packaging. You guys do the packing, and then do you guys do the unpacking? Because you said it took you a while to assemble the bed again once it's been moved. Is that what you do?
Yeah. So we use the words interchangeably. We don't fix customers whenever they say, "Hey, packing the truck." When we say it, the way that we use. What are these words called? I'm trying to think.
Transposable
or there's specific.
No, the specific words that
specific
are in the
packaging
industry.
when it comes to
verbiage.
Verbiage.
to do that.
That's right.
Okay, the verbiage.
The verbiage is packing. We associate with boxing things up, and then
got it.
And then loading trucks, and then unloading containers and things of that sort. And this is actually quite boring to my guys. I'll go ahead and put them on blast that a lot of them don't like it. But what they like about it, though, is that they learn more about the customer. So even though they don't really give a crap about it, they understand that, hey, these people, they really treasure these type of things. You get to learn a lot about the customer.
Yes.
Right.
And then I told them, I was like, hey, look, visualize, and try to think as if you're the customer. Try to think this is your grandma.
If this is your stuff.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
it's precious,
exactly.
because if you want to move this, you wouldn't treat your stuff like this. So
Exactly.
think of it that way.
I actually think my guys treat the customer stuff way better than their own.
Oh.
So,
Well, then you're doing a great
Well,
job.
you're a great mentor, leader,
Yeah.
and boss, my friend.
No, it's great.
Good job.
It's great that you teach them that, because it brings value. It brings value to what you guys present as a business to possible clients and customers. So that's wonderful.
yeah, and I think that something that movers never tell you about is that, man, you're into this world, and then you're packing their things, and then you see all the cool things that they had as treasures, and these are things they display every single day. And then what's a customer's favorite subject when you're talking about something?
Themselves.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah, you see all this cool stuff. Hey, what's the story behind this?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, you used to be a fireman. Oh man, that's so cool.
Yes,
You met Muhammad Ali. Wow, look at that picture. That's freaking awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. So you never know who you're gonna meet, and sometimes it may come to it may just come to a casual conversation, but sometimes it could be a connecting piece. Be like, hey Tony, remember when you asked me about if I'm a Raiders fan? Well, look what I found. By the way, you want to come to a Raiders game? That actually happened once.
Right.
Wow.
See,
That's so
You get
cool.
VIP tickets. You're like, oh, I didn't even know I liked the Raiders that much. But yes, I am going.
But it's,
Sure, I'll
it's
go.
also a possibility to meet possible, like you said,
Other
connections and
clients.
networks,
Right.
because it can go beyond just moving their things. And because you're taking such good care of their stuff, they in return will take good care of you.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. That's wonderful.
I wanted to touch on, I think, your work ethic, Tony, because what really struck me is that when we did our ride along in your new Tundra, I got to know Tony as a person behind, obviously the mover 87 movers. He grew up learning the entrepreneurial way through
shout
his
out to my
parents.
dad. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, so shout out to his parents. I know they owned a restaurant. So tell us a little bit of how you kind of saw them not struggle, but saw their systems and how you differ from that now.
Well, I wish that my dad can see that this is a real business.
Right.
So, hey, Dad, I'm letting you know this is not for pretend.
Right.
We're going to be
Right.
big time, and
This
these
is
ladies
real
believe
life.
us.
Yes,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No. And it's not just us who believe you too. It's the people that you've already served,
Yes.
and
Right.
the people that you're going to serve that are going to believe in it as well.
Well, yeah, Dad still asks me, hey, do you need help with the mortgage? Do you need help with this? I was like, no, Dad, I'm fine.
Yes.
Just give it to your grandkids, okay?
Oh, it's beautiful.
So,
Oh.
but he loves me. He just doesn't know how to put it.
Right.
But that's because when his restaurant had failed, he didn't want me to fail too, and so he's worried, and so it's going to take like many years and more convincing for him to say that this is a real business,
Right.
because he thinks that we only get like one move every single week,
Yeah.
right? But what I need to show him is, hey, start following our social media. Oh, by the way, maybe the audience should go ahead and follow all of us too.
Come on, let's
Go
go.
ahead.
Tell your social media right now.
Yeah, we're at 87 Movers. Instagram's our favorite. That's our jam.
It is our jam.
The jelly and jam.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I was at the restaurant, I was all the way until I was 8 years old. In fact, this was my home, not the house that my dad worked so hard to
Right.
get. That's quite a big house, in fact. So he wanted to make sure that he gave a life to my sisters and myself that he didn't have, because he came up really poor.
Right.
My mom was a farmer, and my dad, he works in the city, and he was in a tiny apartment making paper flowers for my grandpa, and and they had a laundromat. So they worked really hard, so this way we didn't have to face poverty. And all my video games, all my board games, all my entertainment was at the restaurant. I didn't have anything over this house, and I was like, okay, well, it's cool that I'm here, but it's just for me to sleep in.
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
it's really too bad that the restaurant didn't work out, because the first one was gangbusters, and then the second one they had, the bigger location, he actually didn't have a success. In fact, he had to leverage it with money that he got from post office, because he's a postal worker, and he did it for 35 years. He just retired in 2011.
Oh wow. Okay.
That story hits because my parents also tried or did the, brick and mortar small business shop. And I know, my story is not so different because they did it later in during high school and college years. So I was able to see them as an older, child or of their child. But seeing them just go off the whim and kind of off the cuff of how to run a business. They didn't have the processes or the procedures as we do now with technology and the POS and, invoicing and all of that. And to see them struggle in the sense, but still trying to make it for us, right? For us to be successful. So I understand, I understand where you're coming from, where, you want to make them proud because it's like, hey, we're doing it too. And you don't want to prove by numbers or by money, but just by action and by really taking that action, your dream, into that next step, right? And I know your dream because we sat and we talked, and I commend you because you're just taking chances and you're growing every year. It's just a different feat and different way of expanding to the community and providing jobs for those that really love their job, because your guys are good. They love their job and they're happy to do your reels, so you see the excitement. If they didn't like their job, they'd be like, well, I don't want to be on social media. So,
Right.
So tell us about what your goals are for the next quarter or the rest of the year.
Oh, so I've realigned the goals because I understand that the real estate market is down, but since I have 8 guys, I know that they depend on me and their families depend on me as well, right? So we just did a little bit of hiring, and we're putting in some people in the key positions. The way that I look at business, it's like a sport.
Okay.
And in fact, Mark Cuban had been quoted saying that in the business of, in the sport of business, you only have to do one thing right, and you just have to keep doing it right over and over and over and over again.
Come on.
Right.
All right.
Right. So Mark Cuban's my hero. Anyways,
Yeah.
my goal is to 25%. Add 25% revenue over to what we had made last year, year over year, add another truck to our fleet, and then buy that trailer, which was supposed to be bought way back in May, but since it didn't happen, maybe it's meant to happen later on.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to Maui in November too.
Yeah.
This is one of our fruits of our labor, so I'm really excited.
You deserve it.
You're part of the reason why I was like, man, I gotta go to Hawaii. but I'm gonna follow up with you and make sure that you go to Gatlinburg, because that's one.
I'm going in September for my birthday. Well, hopefully September, God willing. He says yes, and we are gonna go. So yes, Gatlinburg is on the map.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. What about you though? Where are you going?
Oh my goodness.
We're
What's your
going to
goal?
Sacramento.
I'm going to Sacramento in September. So yeah, we're gonna do. I MC different variety of different events here in Las Vegas and beyond, and Holo Holo Festival. I'm not sure. It's a different, like more like island reggae and a mixture of just, it's just another opportunity for me to MC. And they travel a lot. They have different locations, and so yeah. But our goal for me and my family, of course, personally, is to take our kids back to Samoa, because that's where my husband is actually from, Western
okay.
Samoa.
Samoan.
So Samoan, yes. Samoan, Fijian, Tahitian, part Mexican, because I was born in California. It's okay. Born and raised in San Diego, California. Shout out 619. But you know what? But yeah, just being here with Toni and being able to come together and support local businesses and artists and creatives. It's just such a blessing that we can do this. And I'm just so excited. I love your story. I love your tenacity and your drive, because you know what? Sometimes, like you said, even from those who are closest to us, they may not really see that, but they love us deeply. But I love it how you just said, okay, you know what? It's okay. I'm going to keep on going, because we have to keep on going. We have to encourage ourselves when we're down, or when we feel like, it's a tough time, but we're going to get through it. Like you said, it didn't happen in May, but maybe it's supposed to happen some other time, and it will happen, but it will happen. So I love that. And we're just that's what we're doing. So as far as where I'm going, I want to go where you guys are going too. Let's go.
You're coming. Let's
All
go.
right, let's
I'm
go.
coming with you too.
Okay, yeah, she's coming with me too. So I'm going to go with her. What's that place called?
Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yes. And you know what's funny?
Tennessee. Okay.
Tennessee. The reason why we bring that up is because I had mentioned it to Toni when we were talking one time on the phone. I was like, yeah, I'd really love to. I want to go to Gatlinburg. Or you just came back from Gatlinburg, and I said that's one of my bucket list. And he was like, oh, you have to go, Toni. So I'm like, now I have to go. So I'll be on my way.
Yeah, it's the home of Dollywood. There's an amusement park over there.
Dollywood.
The Great Smoky Mountain National Park. You got to look this up.
Oh,
If you're
wow.
a viewer, you got to go to Gatlinburg too. It's
Gatlinburg.
magical.
Okay. I love that.
Yay.
All right.
Well, Toni, I'm so excited for your business because one, your story is beyond, beyond your years. I think like you're so young, you're such a young entrepreneur, but you're affecting and impacting our community in such a huge way. Not only are you helping us move from home to home, realigning your dreams so that you can also provide for the people that are working for you and with you, and just giving everybody hope, because I know there are a lot of entrepreneurs there that say, hey, this job may not be the most glamorous, but you make it so fun and you take so much pride in what you do. No, I mean that from the heart, because not everybody, appreciates the hard labor, whether it's, the janitorial or, the garbage or whatever. It's like those jobs go unnoticed.
Right.
And movers are the hardest, I think it's the hardest, most job intensive or body intensive, jobs there are. So shout out to you and you guys. And,
Exactly. I think it's also so vital and important, because as a family or anybody, when they move, it's a big deal. It's emotional,
Yeah,
it's mentally,
absolutely.
and what you guys provide is an ease when it comes to that. You take a bit of the tension away from them, because now they can actually focus in on just moving the thing, but they can have peace of mind knowing that their items and the things that they've built up so much to purchase for their families and themselves can be moved with such precision and with a spirit of quality and excellence. And so that's something very special that you guys provide, and so thank you for that. It's such a blessing that you guys do. So thank you.
So yeah, tell us a little bit about what you want to see in this next month. I know summer months are going to be a little bit. It's still busy for you guys, right?
Yep, it is. Right.
It's pretty hot.
Just like it is for you, because real estate is not just a indirect. I really believe it's a direct reflection of how good of our community is going. So even though I don't agree with what's going on, ask Toni what the LVR thing is going on, but I'll let you know that we appreciate realtors, and man, that's actually the hardest job that there is.
Right.
Way harder than what we're doing. Yep. And so that's why I'm not afraid when we're in a private community. Someone already did the hard work for us. There's a sign on there. I'm going to knock on that door. So what if they don't answer? Because I got to show my guys that I'm willing to work just as hard as they are, because since I'm unable to work and do these type of jobs, because then they won't have jobs themselves. Right. I got to show them that, hey, I'm going to lead by example. And the thing that really threw me is like, wow, I saw some of my guys also knocking doors too. And and I'm shouting out to Chino. He's the one that went out to Mahalo Holo as well, and he sold a bunch of raffle tickets. In fact, we sold almost $500 of raffle tickets.
Awesome.
Yeah, and so he got us a couple of moves, and we're helping out the Asian community, and so that's. That's also a funny thing too. One guy on Instagram said, "I thought you guys are office workers," because I just realized, like, I have 5 guys that are Asian. It just kind of happened that way, but I've hired someone from every color of the rainbow.
I love it.
Okay.
Not only are they professional movers, they are also very diverse.
And also pretty good-looking guys too.
Hey.
All right.
Oh, don't forget about the 2 ladies that work there. They're also not bad-looking either.
Okay.
I forgot about the sisters. I'm sorry about that.
That's all good.
Everybody gets acknowledgement around here. Well, you know what? I am really excited for your business. I know it's going to be even bigger and much more fruitful in the next coming years to come, and we're excited to see where that goes. But in the meantime, we are shouting you guys out. 87 movers here in Las Vegas. If you're moving and grooving to a next home, upgrading,
that's right. That's their jingle. They move it. They won't shake. No, wait. Move it. Don't shake it. When they move your stuff, they won't break it.
Hey.
87 movers.
Nice. I love it.
So yes, we are really happy that you can make it today, because I know you have a very busy schedule, and like my sister says, it is an important part of our community to have quality movers, and not only with precision but with the spirit of care. So
yes. Absolutely. So make sure you guys check them out. Follow them on Instagram, because that's their jam. All right. So it's at 87 Movers, right?
At 87 Movers.
At 87 Movers. Check them out. And you guys, that's the main social media that you guys have right now. So that's okay.
Yeah, so TikTok might not be around forever, but
hey.
We're on there too. We're on Facebook.
Okay.
And we're on LinkedIn, I guess sometimes, right?
Okay.
So
But if you need to move it, then hey, come on, call 87 Movers today.
yeah,
That's
give it a
They're
ring.
ready for you.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, once again, you are tuned in to Mahalo Halo Las Vegas and then some. I am your host, Toni Rose. We are here with Toni Yee from 87 Movers
Yeah.
and my girlfriend and friend.
Hey, MC Lepa Leps, we love you guys. Stay hydrated and also stay moving.
Hey, and
We'll see you later.
groovin'.
All right.